Aw, shucks, man. You didn't even need to wait for the playoffs. You didn't need to. It's fine. The Vegas Golden Knights are doing it again. As if there was any doubt. As if anybody believed anything else was going to happen. Because today we are talking about Captain Mark Stone. Him and his $9.5 million AAV salary, which goes on till 2026-2027. Mark Stone has missed some time for the Vegas Golden Knights this year. He's missed about 20 games. He's played 56, and he's been very good in those 56 games. 53 points, 16 goals, 37 assists. Mark Stone has been a very good player for Vegas ever since getting acquired from the Ottawa Senators in 2019. But Mark Stone has had a very frequent pattern, every single year it seems, of going on the LTIR right before the season comes to an end, right before the trade deadline, and then starting out his playing once again in the postseason. You know, you can't dispute that. Like, he's had his time off, he's come back at the perfect time, it happens every single year, and the thing is, you know, he does get injured. It's not like these injuries are not real, but this time around, it was a lacerated spleen. And everybody was saying, oh, this is gonna really damn him, you know? Like, this could potentially end his career. Maybe he never plays again. And we saw the conversation yesterday when the Vegas Golden Knights re-signed defenseman Noah Hanifin to a huge extension worth $7.35 million a year till the end of 2032. This was a really big deal, and everybody was saying, okay, with what money? Who are they getting rid of in order to allow this Noah Hanifin contract to go through? Probably Martinez is gone, probably Jonathan Marchessault is gone, Anthony Mantha, Chandler Stevenson, all probably gone, right? And then you have Robin Lehner and Mark Stone on the LTIR, which gives you an extra $14 million of space above the cap. So it makes sense, right? But now, things are a little bit different. Because today we learned that Mark Stone has been cleared to practice with the team on the ice as he continues to recover from a lacerated spleen sustained on February 20th. Stone is expected to participate in a non-contact jersey beginning on Friday during the team's morning skate. Mark Stone, ladies and gentlemen, is practicing again. Oh, how convenient. Congrats on the ability to get away with cap circumvention. Okay, we're not gonna go out there and see that, but is it not clockwork at this point? Like, everybody knows it's gonna happen. Everybody has seen it. And Vegas went out there and tweeted the video of Mark Stone going out there on the ice in the non-contact jersey, and everybody's replying, oh boy, that's really harsh. A lying, cheating coward. Oh my goodness. Play him in the regular season then, magically in time for the playoffs. You know what? Fan reactions are one thing. What I also wanted to do was go over some of the other insider reactions, because we had ourselves Frank Saravelli go out there and tweet about this. Huge eye roll here. I've reported all along that the lacerated spleen is a legitimate, serious issue. There's been no shenanigans. But man, Mark Stone coming back to practice for the second year in a row 1 week before the playoffs is seriously some fortuitous timing. And the reply here is, hey, 3 years, big dog. And you can see that the graphic is not kind to the argument that says that Mark Stone has been suffering these injuries properly. So on February 22, 2024, he goes on the IR because of the spleen. March 4th, he goes on the LTIR because of the spleen. Now today, of course, April 12th, he is back in practice. Last year, same thing happened. He was on the IR on February 11th, on the LTIR on February 20th, and then returned to the lineup on April 18th, right when the playoffs began. 2 years ago, we saw the same thing. LTIR on February 14th, you can't actually see that, there you go. And then on April 12th, 2022, he was activated from the LTIR. So Stone has legitimately done this the past 2 years, and this will be the third season in a row that he's done this. Of course, I'm not saying like, oh, it's a big, amazing conspiracy, but it is kind of funny, you know? Frank Saravelli has all the rights in the world to go out there and say, yeah, no, this is a big eye roll. Like, we've said this, that the injury is serious, that he might have his hockey career ended because of this thing. But no, he's back a week before the playoffs, as everybody predicted, right? I will say, Sean Shapiro did go out there and make this tweet, which I thought was interesting to bring up. You know, we have to bring up the devil's advocate POV here. Make your Mark Stone jokes, but I also think we need to remember this part of everything when it comes to Vegas. And he tweeted out this graphic, which we are going to look at here. It was a power move that was felt in the Vegas locker room and across the league. While you're in Vegas, you have the power to control your own health and listen to your body. This is probably something we've been missing with the Stone injury saga as well, who is currently recovering from a lacerated spleen and has dealt with a myriad of ailments in his career. The Golden Knights want him to play right now, and they would be a better team if he was in the lineup. They have also, however, normalized the idea of players being able to take time to recover from something that isn't easy to recover from. Yes, Vegas has used the LTIR aggressively when these injuries occur. It's within the rules. But it also goes against the old-school hockey ethos of asking players to push through every injury, which eventually becomes much bigger problems. So, even though it is really fishy to see Vegas rinse and repeat this same strategy over and over again, it is something that is kind of revolutionary in the NHL because we don't normally see teams be able to use their LTIR like this. Vegas just happens to be the only one that egregiously does it, to the point that you could say it's tampering in a way. But these guys are getting injured. It's just, the question is, if they were on another team, would they be given the rights to sit out and be placed on the LTIR, or would they be forced to play through it? It's probably the latter. So in a way, Vegas is going out there and reinventing just some of the shenanigans or strategies, you could say instead, that's a better word to use, to navigate these situations. So props out to Vegas for using the rules to their advantage, and of course, being able to add on a $9.5 million guy right before the playoffs, yeah, that's gotta feel great, right? Not saying that Stone is fully healthy and able to play, but he's in practice, after he had himself an injury that everybody said was gonna be a lot more serious than an injury that he's able to come back from like this would imply. Now, there were some memes and everything going out there and talking about this as well. This isn't a meme here, but Thomas Trans tweeted, a reminder that per cap friendly, 7 of the Western Conference's 8 playoff teams are in LTIR and above the $81.5 million upper limit in projected cap hit for this season, so congratulations to Predators fans, the only people that get to complain about Mark Stone's return. That is disingenuous, right, but Tucker Poolman never playing again is slightly different than Mark Stone getting hurt every February and coming back for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs. And, bad faith tweet. I'm sorry, Drance. The messaging is there, but I don't really agree with the sentiment. Then there are a few other memes that were talked about as well that I wanted to bring up here too, like this one. Acting DeFuleman goes out there and says, every time something like the Mark Stone recovery happens, people jump in to say it's a real injury. Of course it's a real injury, they all are. What Vegas is doing, though, is tailoring the recovery timeline for cap reasons. Be mad or not, I don't care, but no one's saying that he wasn't hurt. I will amend this. There are other weirdos and other fan bases who will say the Mark Stone spleen was peachy keen, but I don't think the mainstream argument is that the injury did not exist. Thank you. Now, we also did have this. Producer Drew from SCBN, tweeted out the Joker video of him dancing on the stairs, Mark Stone arriving in Dallas for Game 1 perfectly fine, and then you also had yourselves Van City Fins, Mark Stone's spleen when it heard it was time for the playoffs, and there's the Big Daddy Cool Diesel Kevin Nash gif of him faking his injury. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Mark Stone coming back and how the Vegas Golden Knights have done it again. This is the 3rd year in a row where Mark Stone gets put on the LTIR in February and returns in the first week of the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Activated from the LTIR, he's good to go, him and his huge $9.5 million AAV salary. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as to how Vegas keeps on getting away with this. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.